pork piccata, a variation on the classic Italian favorite chicken piccata. Here we've got our mise en place, and we've got our pork cutlets already sliced and tenderized. We've got sliced mushrooms, salt, pepper, garlic, Italian cheese blend, capers, vegetable stock, olive oil, white wine, here Pinot Grigio, lemons, butter, and flour. First step is to flour all of our pork cutlets, and what you want to do is you want to take and just lightly dust each pork cutlet into flour, shaking off any excess. Once we have all of our pork cutlets floured and ready to go, we're going to take a couple of tablespoons of butter and olive oil, add it to a pan. Once we get our pan hot, we are going to take half of our pork cutlets and we're going to put them in to saute. You want to saute each for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side, being careful to cook them until they're well browned but not overcooked. Once they're done on the second side, we're going to go ahead and pull them out, put them on a plate, and set them aside for later in the recipe so we don't overcook them while we're cooking our sauce. Once we get our second batch done, then we'll go ahead and start building our sauce. I'll note here I'm using vegetable stock because of the pork cutlets. If you're making chicken piccata, you might want to use chicken stock instead of the vegetable. Now that our pork cutlets are all done, we're going to go ahead and add a couple of tablespoons of garlic to our pan, a little bit more olive oil, and sliced mushrooms. We like mushrooms a lot, so we are going to add 2 16-ounce packages of mushrooms I've sliced up. We're going to saute this for a moment or two, and then we're going to deglaze with some white wine and salt and pepper. White wine, you want to use about 1/4 cup. If you want a little bit winier sauce, you can add 1/2 cup. Next, we take our 2 lemons, we zest those over our pan, and then we take the juice of 2 full lemons and add to our sauce. Next, we'll add about 1 cup of the vegetable stock, and then use 1/2 to a whole jar of capers with the juice, like for part 2. All right, pork piccata part 2. We've got our sauce reduced down by about half. We're going to add 4 to 5 tablespoons of butter. Go ahead and cut our flame. And we're just going to stir and shake our pan to get our butter incorporated into our sauce. We want to turn the heat off so that we don't have our sauce break. Go ahead and add our pork back in. And then we're going to take and we're going to turn our pork all in the sauce so that we coat each piece in the sauce. We're going to take our sauteed spinach, see a separate TikTok on that. Take a couple of pieces of our pork, put on the plate next to the spinach. We're going to get a spoon, scoop up a little bit of the sauce and the mushrooms, and then we're going to take this Italian cheese blend of Parmesan, Romano, and Asiago and sprinkle over top both the spinach and the piccata. There you go. Enjoy.